Hello comrades, how are you doing today? In this video, I'm gonna break the exact step-by-step process it took me to create my own extension slash that is based on the web with AI without writing a single line of code. I don't know how to read code, I don't know how to write code, I don't know the difference between JSON, HTML, CSS. I know CSS for design, but I don't really know what code is. I have an idea, generalized, but I really never wrote a single line of code in my life. Maybe when I was a little kid and I just was playing around. I believe I created my own HTML website at some point with GTA Monsters mod, something like that. So it's super simple, it's free, and let's dive right into it without wasting too much time. So first, what we will need is we will need ChatGPT and we will need Cursor. This is how it looks like. That's the one. It's free. It's just called Cursor. You just go on the website, type in Google Cursor. It will take you where you need to go and you will be able to use it. Second thing we will need is we will need a ChatGPT. And most people say like you need different AI tools for different shit. Like, look, AI tools are being different because they are aligned to people who have limited capabilities of thinking. In other words, you don't know how to prompt engineer, and that's okay. It's actually super simple. But if you know how to write proper prompts, pretty much any AI can do the thing you need on the level you need as well. So, first and foremost, what is we building? So our main objective in the very beginning is understand what is it that we're gonna be building. I have two extensions here. One of them is a Nurturized Leads Pro. This one is a little bit more complicated, and what it basically does, it's qualifying leads for me based on certain criteria. So for example, let's say that, and I use it for myself and my appointment setters use it as well, which is instead of like looking over the profile and like reading the bio and looking over the content and stuff like that, all they need to do is they just need to press analyze lead and they will get a score of whether or not the lead is qualified based on like following count, followers count, posts, whether it's verified or not, and keyword matches. So whether or not keywords in bio actually match what we said. And it's based on settings. It's a very conditional logic kind of thing. So if this happens, do this. And yeah, you said everything yourself. It works with Notion specifically. So not only that it analyzes the lead, it also scrapes the lead automatically into Notion. And basically this is how it looks like in my trackers. I have an outreach tracker, and that is where I store all my leads for now. Pretty much the easiest way I found to store leads to start with. It basically automatically scrapes it with their name, profile link, when to follow up with them, their platform, lead type, prospecting account status, follow-up stage, last contact, outreach happened when. All this important data, it automatically copies. And so that way we remove a lot of human factor from actually boring looking over the profile, making sure that everything is matched. We just let the program do what it does best, which is be logical. And once I press scrape lead, it will basically automatically be saved to Notion. Now, I don't know where exactly it's going to be, but it's going to be somewhere here, probably at the bottom. Not going to scroll since it's a big list. Second thing I did is actually a custom tally counter, because when we are doing certain things like outreach or follow-ups, it's good to have an idea of our numbers, right? And that way I can easily count it, I can copy it, I can reset it, I can add counters, I can remove counters, and it has my branding and my name. So if we want to build something like that, which is the first easiest step, so like don't try to attempt and build this here. This is my biggest advice to you, because this is what I did when I first tried doing that, and that's super discouraging. From the outside, it seems super simple because design itself, like the UI, in other words, the user interface, is very easy to build. It's super simple because it uses pretty much the same template. It's way harder to build the functionality behind it. There's so many little things that you don't know you want to do. And so our first goal here is to understand what is it that we want to build. And the easiest thing to think about is what is the problem I have that needs solving. So for example, I want to be able to take notes using my voice, transcribe them, copy the text, and paste it anywhere I want immediately. Now we can also create a connection with like certain things, but let's keep it super simple. I want to be able to record my voice, transcribe it, copy the text, and paste it wherever I want to paste it in my notes. Let's say, so here I have my notes. Let's open them up. Let's see it opened on the other screen here, right? So here I have like an empty note, and what I want to do is I want to be able to take notes immediately without typing them out. I want to be able to record them using my extension. So here's what we will do. I will go to ChatGPT and you will find the full prompt that I used to create that breakdown in the link in the description down below. I just don't want to waste time on you seeing my face reading the whole thing. So you can just head down and take the full prompt, adjust it to your own liking, but use pretty much the same format. Okay, I will say, let's see what it will give us now. Cool. So prompt to build nurturized voice. Why not? Tell what we're building. You're an expert full stack developer. We're reading it out. We want to make sure that everything is okay. Okay, perfect. So all we do now is we basically just copy this and I will adjust it in a few points. But first, let's go to the desktop, and here's what we'll need to do then. We'll need to create a new folder and we will call it nurturized voice. I know, crazy. Let's keep this folder here. Then we open our and we go to open folder. And here we go to desktop and we find our nurturized voice. Select folder. It's going to be empty and that's the thing that we're looking for. Let it open. And then for you, it may not be open, but this is what we want. We want to toggle AI panel on, Control V. And I want to adjust a thing or two here. So number one, I want to remove this. And number two, I want to the text. So this is what I want. Therefore, I want to remove a couple of things here. I'll remove this and I'll let it find a solution on its own. Because I know that it can begin transcription without actually any APIs and stuff. So I want to make it super simple. Cool. Then all we do is we basically just paste it and wait it to start generating. And here's what it will start giving us. All it will start doing, it will start creating icons and it will start creating the file system pretty much. And all we need to do here is just wait a bit, and we wait a bit longer. Right, so we wait. Now maybe some AI models can actually create better prompts or better things, but to be honest, I'm used to this one tool, which is ChatGPT, and I'm getting the results I'm looking to get out of it, and that's exactly what matters to me. So you don't really have to worry about like acceptance stuff. I just don't like colors, so I usually accept it. But what it does now, it starts recording each and every page for us pretty much automatically, and it writes the code. And I'll show you what to do with it next, which is the main part about creating apps with AI, like vibe coding, is just vibing actually. It's waiting for AI to record the whole thing. Now, an important thing here is obviously to actually test it out. So once it gave you the initial thing, what we go to manage extensions and we make sure that we turn on the developer mode and we load unpacked. And in load unpacked, we go to desktop and we find our nurturized voice. We select folder. Here's what it will say: manifest is missing or unreadable, could not load manifest. Perfect. We just found our first bug. So let's wait a bit for, and actually I think I know what the reason is. When it gives you such a thing, usually the reason is that files are inside the folder, which is not good. So files supposed to be outside the folder, right? Files supposed to be here. Nurturized voice supposed to be deleted. There we go. And I do believe that I just messed up a couple of things. So let's just say, can you double check that all files are complete and in place? Because now that it says this, it means that they cannot find it, and they cannot find it because I removed them from the initial directory. So what it will do now, missing icon, solve all the issues. And that's the beautiful thing, you can just say it to it. And so what it does, it basically creates more and more things. And if we look back at our folder, it basically created us 3 icons. I don't know what they're looking like, but we have a very simplistic version of our extension. Perfect. So what we want to do now is we want to go again and we want to try and load unpacked, which is desktop, nurturized voice, select folder. There we go. And let me just remove this one. Yes. And we have a nurturized voice. So let's do that. Let's pin it and let's open it up. And so we have a very beginning of things. So let's try. Doesn't work. I know. It's crazy. So this is UI. That's the whole point of it. Okay. Extension is loaded. Let's proceed forward. Okay. So this is the whole point. It just built it and it looks ugly. Don't worry about it. There's the core flow. Click the mic button to record and transcribe. Try the new node, copy and delete buttons. Post. So let's restart it and let's see if it works. Hello. And it doesn't function, and the padding is completely off. Padding is like these corners, they're not supposed to be this way. What it does, like, it has a lot of space and we don't want that much. It does do something, I guess. Yes, because it asks me if I want to proceed with everything. We just say yes, because it analyzes the problem, it debugs it, and then it provides a solution plan, which is wonderful. And mind you, while it's generating, I'll give you like an interesting idea here. A lot of businesses want to have their own apps for internal procedures and for like internal work. But a lot of businesses cannot afford hiring a completely new developer because developers are expensive. Now imagine you can come into business and offer them to create something like that. And voila, So let's see again. How does it look now? Now it looks a bit better. Mic error not allowed. And I think I know how to fix that. All we want to go is we want to go to permissions, right? And how do we do that? We do that by going in site settings specifically, and we want to allow it to have access to our microphone. Let's try again. Hello, hello. My name is Arcady, and my idea is I want to create an AI extension that would jump on calls without actually being on calls and record calls and create a custom AI transcription based on that. Okay? So it already works, by the way. That's the beautiful thing. Now we copied it and let's see if it actually works. So we just created an MVP. An MVP is basically a minimum viable product. This is showing us that it works. Now what we want to do is want to improve the overall design. So what we want to say, it functions, but I do not like how buttons look and feel. Can you please adjust the padding once again and the size of all buttons to feel unified? But basically, how long did it take us? It took us 20 minutes, less than that, and that is because we ran into a couple of issues. So now you know what you don't have to repeat. But that's pretty much the whole point of it. It's like, yep, it already adjusted the whole thing. So let's now go back and refresh this. And we have a slightly better looking one. Hello, hello. I am transcribing myself. My name is Arcady, and this is a test. If I press new note, it will delete it completely. Hello, hello, hello. If I will press on here, it will, I need to press it twice. Yeah, and it gives us like pop-up windows and stuff. So this is already working. Now it's up to you if, like, let's say I want to make the recording button bigger. Make the recording button bigger, please, and make the new note button smaller. Let's see. And once again, I'm using very generalized terms like button bigger and button smaller. It works way better when you actually say like how bigger and how smaller you want it to be. But this is an experiment, so for the sake of experiment, let's go with that. Yep, there we go. Now it transcribes, it listens to me, and it knows exactly what I need. So all I really need to do is I just need to copy this note and stop recording it. And I can paste it back into my amazing notes here. That's it. Simple. It doesn't take much time when you understand how it works. Now you see that there are like no logos here. Second simplest thing to do is, can you generate a very simple logo for this extension and let AI do its job? ChatGPT will create you a very simple logo that you can then very easily put into extension. I will show you exactly how once the image will be generated. As we may see, it's doing something here. Let's look at that. Look at that. Doesn't look too bad actually. It looks okay, I must say. It looks good. That's what we're talking about. So then we download it. We go to a very simple website called Circle Crop Image, circlecropimage.com. We upload the recently downloaded image and we just make a circle out of it. I know, crazy. Basically, that's what we're looking at. Crop and download. Perfect. It's downloaded. Here's what we do. We go to downloads. We cut it. We go back to nurturized voice. We go to icons. We paste it. We press Ctrl C, Ctrl V twice, so we duplicate it, and we just basically want to rename it to match those icons. So icon 16, 48, and 128, right? So I'll delete those. I'll just say icon 16. I cannot do it that way. Okay, icon 48 and icon 128. There we go. So what it will do is it will now, if I'll go back to my extensions and I'll update it, it will basically update the icon of it as well. So now we have another extension that performs well, and this is an MVP. This is not a full extension. You still want to adjust certain things. You want to adjust the background, maybe make it more like beautiful and unified. But to create an MVP, all you really need is just an idea in 20 minutes. This is an extension. You build apps in the same exact manner, except of using Cursor, which you, by the way, can. It's just more complicated. You can use tools like Data Button. I use Data Button or Hostinger Web App Builder. Or I just recently built myself a very simple and a very quick website using Firebase Console. So if I'll go here and I'll go to my project, which is called Nurturized Website, I believe. Nope, that's not the one. See all projects. There we go. That's the one. I built myself a website in like super fast way. Like it literally took me 30 minutes. And so if I'll go here, I can just view it. And if I'll go to this link, this is exactly how it looks, right? And this is a website that was built from a prompt. That's it. Using the exact same process I just showed you, it took me 20 minutes. Super simple with working and functioning buttons, and it's not even that expensive to launch. It's free for the first 90 days, I believe. And this is like with Firebase specifically, since it's Google, which I like a lot. Not only that you can build websites, you can build functioning apps, like actual CRMs, if anything. You don't necessarily have to have certain skills and stuff like that. So whatever web app you want to build, you can use this tool. Same exact process. It just takes slightly longer than 20 minutes and it's going to be functioning. That's it. That's the whole point. And look at that. I got 5 errors in the past 7 days. My web app had 88 requests. Interesting. From who? That's the question. I built it just today. So either case, that's how you build an extension. That's how you build an app using AI. That's exactly how I did it. And if you want to grab this particular extension, I'm going to leave link to the Google Drive in description down below. You can download it for the purposes of learning how it's built and just seeing how it works. Because I can help you set it up myself. So I can help you set it up for your business if you want. Just DM me on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. I do respond better on Instagram and Facebook and email though, better than I do respond on Twitter. So just text me there and I can help you set it up completely for free. I got nothing to sell you when it comes to stuff like that. I create this to help you out and make sure that we all can make as much money as we humanly possibly can. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked it a lot. I hope it was valuable and you learned something new. I'm going to wish you a wonderful day and I'm going to see you soon. Bye-bye.